Live once again. Somehow I was getting an old stream in my earbuds and I don't know where it was coming from. So let's see if I can bring this one up. Sorry about these technical issues, folks. Okay, I think it's okay now. Yes. Hey, Vince, good to have you here. Eleanor is back. Yeah, I had to restart the stream, so it's a different stream, I guess, right now. But Eleanor got back in again, and Ren's got back in again, and Vince has joined us. So I'm glad you guys are here. Somehow my earbuds were picking up an older broadcast, and I couldn't figure out where it was coming from. So I had to go out and start a new one. So hopefully everybody is good. So if you're new here, you can see the technical issues I sometimes have. I think I've basically gotten rid of my streaming issues that I've had from the past, but this is the first time my earbuds did something like that. So anyway, I went to connected earbuds and I think we're okay now. So if you want to follow along with the show notes, share the screen and show you where that is. That's on my website. Let me get this stuff out of the way first. Okay, if you go to mobilegeezer.wordpress.com, click on the first story with today's date, and you'll be able to follow along in the show notes. Let's switch it to that. Yeah. So go back to the comments. Okay, got the three of you here. Don't know who else is here. If you're here and you haven't let me know it, just put something in the comments and say hello. If you're new, just let me know where you're from. So far, I've got my very faithful regulars in here. So this week, we are going to just talk about Google I/O, which happened, well, I guess technically it happened Wednesday and Thursday, but basically this will be from all the stuff that was talked about on Wednesday. So it was a 2-hour Google I/O, and they kind of surprised us by showing off a lot of hardware, well, more hardware than anybody thought they'd show off. So I'm going to go through each thing that they showed. I've got a related story for each one. And what I did is I put them in the time that I believe that they'll arrive for us to actually purchase them. So the first thing was the Pixel 6a, which was one of the few things we were all expecting. So I got this story on Ars Technica. And it's the Pixel 6a is official, and it's set to dominate the mid-range market. So they're a little optimistic, I think. The Pixel A series gets massively upgraded with a flagship Google Tensor SoC. Yeah, this is the mid-range phone that has the flagship sensor, so that's good. Annette is in here. Hi, Annette, glad to have you. And Gary is in here. Yo, Gary. Yeah, had a little trouble starting at first, but I think we're okay now. So just wanted to let you know. So I'm starting off, everything tonight is going to be from Google I/O, starting off with the Pixel 6a. So let's go into reader view and get rid of some of these ads. So I don't know how many of you actually watched the 2-hour event. It was a pretty good event, I thought. I watched all of it. But this story is on Ars Technica and by Rom Amadeo. And he says the iPhone SE of Android. That's what he calls it. So this was from Wednesday. It's Google I/O today, and a big part of the keynote was the official confirmation of the Pixel 6a, Google's next mid-range smartphone. The Pixel A series has been a great option since its inception in 2019, but this year is different. The Pixel 6a, confirmed today to cost $449, seems like everybody is very pleased with that price, is shipping with a flagship SoC, the very same Google Tensor chip that ships in the $600 Pixel 6 and the $900 Pixel 6 Pro. Yeah, that's what I'm following along on in the comments on YouTube. Apple regularly ships its flagship SoC in the 400 iPhone SE, but for most Android markets, especially the US, this kind of hardware at this price point is unheard of. That's very true. For $449, you get a 6.1-inch 2400 by 1080 60 hertz OLED, that flagship Google Tensor SoC, 6 gigabytes of RAM, 128 gigabytes of storage, and a 4,306 milliamp battery. It really feels like the goal here is to create a third flagship, and the three Pixel phones are now all equally spaced from each other. Each tier is around 150 to 200 more and increases by 0.2 to 0.3 inches, 30 hertz, and 2 gigabytes of RAM. The $449 Pixel 6a with a 6.1-inch 60 hertz display and 6 gigabytes of RAM. The $600 Pixel 6 with a 6.4-inch 90 hertz display and 8 gigabytes of RAM. And then the $900 Pixel 6 Pro with a 6.7-inch 120 hertz display and 12 gigabytes of RAM. Just how the spec sheet makes this smaller flagship Pixel phone, the design follows that motif too. The Pixel 6a looks just like the Pixel 6 and Pixel 6 Pro, with an all-screen front design, a center front camera, and an in-screen optical fingerprint reader. Let's see if we have that picture. Well, there's the picture of it on stage. I'd have to turn off the reader view to see the rest. The back has the Pixel 6 trademark back camera bar. We were big fans of this design with the Pixel 6, both for being very distinctive and good looking, while also giving the phone a stable base to sit on when you put it down and start tapping it. So many phones are wobbly on a table, but not the Pixel 6, that's true. Inside the camera bar, you'll find two cameras, one of which is the tried and true 12 megapixel Sony IMX363 sensor that Google has been using on Pixel phones since the Pixel 2. It's a bit of a downgrade from the upgraded Pixel 6 sensor, but we never saw a huge difference between the two in side-by-side photos. It's a fine camera for this price. The second camera is a 12 megapixel wide-angle lens. Just like the Pixel 6, Google says the phone will get 5 years of security updates and 3 years of major OS updates, which is a very good thing. The phone is in stores on July 28th with pre-orders starting on July 21st. Yeah, everything they showed, we can't get any of it or even pre-order it until July 21st. So that was the big thing that everybody was expecting. Of course, since I have the Pixel 6 Pro, I'll be passing on the Pixel 6a. This will be the first time I didn't get the A. And I'll be hanging on for the 7, which we'll get to that in a little while. So let's come out of reader view, stop sharing. Okay. So that's what we're starting with. And like I say, I'm doing this by when they'll be available to us. So I started with the 6A because that'll be the first thing that'll be available to us. So let me go back to sharing screen, go back to the show notes. And the next thing up, well, let's see. Days one is in here. Hey, Days, great to have you, brother. Just got started. Just going over the, and Will's in here too. Yo, Will, come in if you feel like it. I'll be here. I won't desert you like I did last week. So everything tonight, as I told him, is going to be about Google I/O. Let's see, Gary says he's passing on everything except the Buds Pro and maybe the 7 Pro. Yeah, and I'll be basically doing the same thing, actually. And Ted is packing. I wonder where Ted's going. All right, pack up, brother. At least you're in here. We're glad about that. All right, going to move on to the next thing I have on the list. So as far as when it'll be available, this is the only other thing that'll be available the same time as the 6A. So this was on Android Authority. Google announces the Pixel Buds Pro, first Pixel Buds with ANC, active noise canceling. The Google Pixel Buds Pro will be available in summer 2022, bringing active noise canceling with them. And I'll definitely be getting a hold of those. And I've never had a pair of Pixel Buds, so this will be my first time. I tend to love my Samsung Galaxy Buds Pro and my Buds 2 even more. So I tend to use those almost exclusively at the moment. So this is by Scott Brown. Let's take it into reader view. Let's see. Days one says, Gary says, I am packing too. I'll bet you are, brother. I'll bet you are. Days one says he thinks he'll be getting the 7 Pro Buds and tablet. Yeah, the tablet will be next year. And I'll have to think about that. We'll see. Because I have the 2020 iPad Pro and I have my Microsoft Surface Pro 8. So I'm going to have to think about it, how much money I'm spending. Gary already, I'm getting ahead of myself. He got the Buds 2 and the Buds 8. Yeah, I've never had the Buds before, so this will be my first time. Ted says the 6A will be the first Pixel A device without a headphone jack. That's true. That's true. Because all my other ones have that headphone jack, but it is what it is. Okay. So Pixel Buds Pro, let's go into reader view. Okay. The Google Pixel Buds Pro will be the highest end Pixel Buds you can get starting this summer. They will integrate with a more powerful chipset and include active noise cancellation. This brings them into direct competition with the highest end earbuds from companies like Samsung with its Galaxy Buds Pro, which I dearly, dearly love. I have mine right here. But ever since I've gotten the Galaxy Buds 2, I tend to like those even more, even though the Buds Pro are the higher price of the two. I find the Buds 2 just fit my ears a little bit better. Google has created its own algorithm for creating an ANC environment. Ambient sound comes into the microphones on the outside of the Buds, and then with very low latency, the Buds filter out that sound. However, not everyone's ears are the same. Yeah, I find my right and left ears are very different. The results in tighter or looser seals around the ears. This results in tighter or looser seals around the ears for individuals. Google claims its algorithm can compensate for this by automatically adjusting the ANC power within the Google Pixel Buds Pro to create the ideal listening environment. Yeah, I find my right ear on all my buds, it holds them in better. And my left ear, I guess maybe it's bigger, but if I lose a bud, it's always my left ear. So it shows you how different one person's ears can be. But what about when you do want to hear what's going on outside of your earbuds? Google has a solution for that as well with transparency mode. This allows you to hear what's going on, almost like you're not wearing the buds at all. That's very good, I think. Finally, Pixel Buds Pro will come with all the usual features you expect. High-quality microphones, access to Google Assistant, real-time translation, multi-point connectivity, and more. Later this year, Pixel Buds Pro will also support spatial audio. So it sounds pretty good. Yo, Nigel's here. What's up, brother? Glad to have you. Yeah, it's morning for you, isn't it? Yeah, it's what, 1 o'clock in the morning? After 1 o'clock in the morning over in London. So that's the Pixel Buds Pro. Let's stop sharing. And let me get out of here. Okay. Let's see who else. And of course, everybody's saying hi to Nigel. And Gary says about the Buds Pro is I just want them so I can switch between devices easier. Yeah, that makes sense. And that's one thing about my both my Samsung Buds. They connect easier. Both pairs connect easier than anything else I had. So Nigel saying hello. Yeah, that's why I had to restart because oh, that's right. I need to send you guys another invite. All right, I'll send you guys another invite. Pardon me, folks. I guess Will's going to come in. So let me get this sent out to these guys just quickly once again. Sorry about that, folks. So I'm sending it to all of them. To Mark and Mike and Will and Ted, just in case. Okay. I'm just going to say new link. Okay. So hopefully we'll have Will in here in a minute. Okay. Okay, Will, you should have it now. Hopefully. Eleanor says hi, Will. Yeah, I think Will's finished with school, so we're hoping to have him around more soon. Looking at Eleanor said, of course, Nigel, everyone misses. That's very true, Nigel. We have been missing you. Yeah, he had said long time being here. Hope you all missed me. Of course we missed you. Anyway. Ted is asking, did he go somewhere? And now he just has been busy and hasn't been around in the stream much lately. So, all right. So we've been through the Pixel 6a. We've been to the Pixel Buds Pro, which is what I'll be picking up, or I'll be doing my pre-order on July 21st. I mean, 2 months out. Somebody said in one of their articles, it's like Sony. They introduce something, and then 6 months later, you can get it. Yeah. At least this is only 2 months later. So the next thing that I expect will be available will be the Pixel 7 Pro. So I'm going to share screen again from the show notes. And this one we got from Android Police. Google teases Pixel 7 and 7 Pro with redesigned cameras, new colors, and full release date. I'm watching to see if Will comes in. The Pixel 7 and Pixel 7 Pro swap the Geordie LaForge look for RoboCop. So, and that's by Ryan Hager. And here's Will.
What's going on, George?
You hear me?
Yeah.
What can I help you with?
And Google's talking to me.
What's going on, George?
No, I'm not hearing. Let's see. Do I have this plugged into the wrong thing? We'll say something, so I'll see if I can hear
Yo,
you.
what's up, George?
And I can't hear you. Why am I not? I'm having all kinds of audio problems today.
Yo,
I don't know
George.
why.
George.
Let me stop sharing the screen and see if I. So Will is there,
George.
and I don't know if you folks are hearing him, but I am not hearing him. So I am going to try my other set of earbuds. Let's see. Oh, I think I know why I wasn't hearing them. Because I didn't put my earbuds away. They don't want to go away. So I got them backwards, I bet you. Yes, I do. Okay, now let's see if I can hear well.
George, what's up?
It's been a long time since I used plugged-in earbuds. All right, we'll talk. Let me see if I can hear you at all.
What's going on, George?
Not hearing him yet.
Gary.
Okay, now I got you.
Nah, he's got the Pixel Buds.
No, I'm using my.
Nah, look what
my-
Gary put in the chat. He said you got the
let's
Apple earbuds.
Oh, actually, I do have the Apples also. You know, they're here too, but I use my Samsungs almost exclusively. But no, yeah, I'm just having audio issues tonight. At least I can hear you now.
Gary always hating on Apple.
Keep
He
talking.
hates on Apple almost as much as he hates on
Well, we get to see you tonight. We feel
Yes,
very honored.
Yeah, what's going on, George? I'm gonna be dead tired tomorrow, but it is what it is, I guess.
So you didn't work tonight?
Nah, I work tomorrow morning. I gotta be at work at 7 to 11.
Okay, now you on the new job?
Yeah.
Okay, now is this 7 in the morning to 11 at night, we're saying? Or?
Yeah.
That's what I thought. That sounds like you all the way.
Yeah, 2 days a week though, so it's not bad. As long as I can pull it off tomorrow, we'll see.
And you only work 2 days a week?
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah, I gotta make it work for what they paying me. I gotta make it work.
That's awesome. So
It's gonna have to
everybody
work.
Congratulate Will on his new job. He went to school, moved right on up. Well, I guess I have to say, well, he's moving on up.
Yeah, I'm moving on up to less hours a week, I hope.
Yeah, exactly.
You know.
I'm very happy for you, brother.
Yeah.
And we knew you could do it all the time. But boy, while you were going to school, you had your doubts. We never had doubts about you.
Yeah, it was just terrible. I hated it because I was working 7 days a week.
Yeah, I know you were. You know.
Yeah.
And Eleanor says, me too, but I'm only working to 7 to 11 in the morning. Oh.
Wish that's what I was doing.
Yeah, but okay, so I guess tomorrow she's working. I didn't think she was working tomorrow. Good to know.
Putting in a couple hours.
Yeah, Gary says he needs those hours too. Yeah.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you how I feel about him after tomorrow.
Okay. And Brian's in here. What's up, Brian?
I ain't no morning person.
I had some audio issues tonight, but we've got Will back live. We can see him and everything. Big House is here. Oh, what's up, Big House? So we're going through just what was going over in Google I/O this week. I've been through the Pixel 6a and I've been through the Pixel Buds Pro. So which are the ones I'll be getting. And Will just dropped out on us. Okay, Will, if he's still hearing me, it's saying device is not connected. You'll have to connect to mic and cam before I can add them to the screen again. Oh, Brian, thank you, brother, as always, very, very much. Okay, Will's back.
You're getting the buds?
Yeah, I'll be getting the buds because, since I have the Pixel 6 Pro, there's no point in me getting the 6A. This would be the first time I won't get the 8.
Yeah.
But I'm going to hold on for the 7. That's all.
Yeah, I didn't see much of the event. I was watching it and I fell asleep. I fell
Oh,
asleep.
well, that's understandable in your case.
I was trying to watch it.
It was almost exactly 2 hours to the minute.
Yeah. What's going on, Ted? Big House is here too. In the beginning, they were
Big House is here.
I think they said some stuff about maps, right?
Yeah, and I didn't include that in the stuff, but yeah, they added a few cool features to maps also. When we get down in the notes a little further, we'll have some of the other stuff they announced. I just wanted to put things in the order that the hardware will come out in. That's why I started with the 6A and the Pixel Buds Pro, because at least we'll be able to order those starting in July. The 7, that was a tease for what's coming up.
You know what? When I saw the 7, I thought it was a joke. My friend had sent it to me, and I thought he was playing because of the way that the camera hole looks like the Apple phones.
And everybody's saying that in all the articles.
I thought he was joking. I thought he was playing,
real.
And then when I went on the computer, I was like, "Oh, he's for real."
Yeah, it's very much for real. Everybody's saying how much it reminds them of the Apple phone, the iPhone.
Yeah, the notch or whatever you call it.
All right, Brian's on his way home. Okay, so you want to read the next one, or you want me to do it?
Man, I don't even have them pulled up, George. Where are they at?
I had sent them to you yesterday.
Hold on. Where'd you get? Which website is it on? I'm not prepared.
Oh, it's on my mobilegeezer.wordpress.com.
Let me see if I can find it.
Okay.
Hold on.
I've had my technical issues.
Do this one because I'm holding everything up.
Okay, all right. I'll move on. All right, I'm going to share screen. Okay. And like I said, this was on Android Police. And Google Pixel 7 and 7 Pro with redesigned cameras, new colors, and fall release date. Pixel 7 and Pixel 7 Pro swapped the Giotto LaForge to look for Robocop, which I already said. So let me go into Reader View, get rid of some of these ads. Okay. We're months away from its anticipated release, but Google is already giving us an early glimpse here at Google I/O 2022 of the upcoming Pixel 7 series, including full renders of the Pixel 7 and Pixel 7 Pro in multiple colors. And if you've seen the recent iPhone 14 leak, see, in a bizarre way, it will be familiar with a similar pill and dot cutout for the rear cameras. And that's what everybody says. It just looks so much like the iPhone.
I thought it was a joke.
Yep. So there's what it looks like from the back. The visible changes to the camera strip's design might reduce internal reflections in the rear glass since there's less of it. And that could make a dent against the issues we saw with the Pixel 6 series when it came to lens flare and resulting photos. That's true. A pain point when discussing photos in our reviews. Although we haven't heard many reports of fragility problems with the Pixel 6's visor, and I haven't had any problems. Metal is also a little more impact resistant than glass, and having more of it will probably increase durability. In the case of the Pixel 7 Pro, Google's going with a pill and dot glass design to accommodate what appears to be 3 rear cameras, presumably a configuration similar to last year's Pixel 6 Pro, with what looks like a folded periscope telephoto camera augmented by 2 more traditionally round frame cameras. So you can see picture here. The combination of shapes looks weirdly like recent leaks for the iPhone 14's display, which is rumored to drop the notch in favor of a similar shape cutouts. Of course, this isn't the same. We're talking about cameras on the back of the phone, not the front. And the reasons for the change are almost certainly entirely different, but it's an interesting coincidence. Yeah. The smaller Pixel 7 makes do with simpler pill-only glass configuration for what looks like 2 total cameras. We have to assume that it is skipping out on the telephoto that the Pixel 6 Pro appears to get again. So you can see the difference here. Pixel 7, Pixel 7 Pro. Likely camera details for the Pixel 7 series are rumored to be unchanged, with Google anticipated to stick with the same primary and ultra-wide sensors as last year's Pixel 6 and Pixel 6 Pro. Google doesn't have a habit of frequently changing its camera sensors since it tunes its image processing so precisely for each one, so it's pretty likely we'll see these stick around for even longer still. So there's more pictures. I can't be sure if these renders are to scale, but comparing the relative heights and pure pixels of the provided images, the Pixel 7 looks again like it won't be substantially smaller than the Pixel 7 Pro, with around a 3 to 4 degree difference in apparent height between the two models. That essentially matches the size relationship between the Pixel 6 and Pixel 6 Pro, though some rumors have indicated that the Pixel 7 would have a slightly smaller screen than the Pixel 6. Prior leaks also indicated a slightly smaller size. The distinction could be because the renders aren't to scale, or the Pixel 7 Pro is also smaller, or something else might be going on. Google may also be going with the more demure colors for the 7 series if these renders are accurate, with black and white models for both sizes shown. So that's what we're seeing here. Well, we have black, white, I would say sunshines, yellow, something like this. And then we have a gray version too. So the 7 Pro has a somewhat full, fun copperish and greenway color shown, while the 7 has a pale chiffon yellow with gold metal accents. And that's, I guess, this one. And this was the coppery one for the 7 Pro. Again, the Pro line looked like it's getting a polished metal finish, while the non-Pro matte, both aluminum. Google has confirmed that the Pixel 7 will still be powered by Tensor, with the next generation of the company's in-house chipset planned to power the phone. Concrete speeds and feeds weren't provided, but Google offered the typical tech platitudes for faster performance and new technologies. Yeah, everybody says that. Prior leaks indicated we might see a chip called the GS102, codenamed Cloud Ripper, inside it, together with another Samsung-made modem, the G5300B. They're expected to ship with Android 13. Google does have another phone up its sleeve today with the Tensor-powered Pixel 6a. Well, we've already read about that. So we're good. So that's in the fall. And that's probably the one I'll be waiting for, because I do plan on getting the iPhone 14 when it comes out, since I skipped on the 13. So any chance you'll be getting the 6A or anything, Will? I doubt it.
No, not me.
Okay, I didn't think so. Did you get to the stories?
Yeah. So what's the next one?
The next one is the watch. And that's the thing that I was all excited about. They took forever to talk about the watch. All right, so I'm pulling it up. Okay, sharing screen. Okay. And this, I got this one from Tom's Guide. So whenever you're ready.
All right, hold on. I'm gonna open it and watch them. It's a lot of advertisements.
Gary says Android 13 Beta 2 is fire, so that's great to know.
What did they change in the beta? You know, George?
I have no idea. I didn't put the beta on any of my phones this time.
All right. So the Google Pixel Watch is official. At Google I/O 2020, the company announced its long-rumored smartwatch for the first time. Though there were plenty of reasons to believe a Pixel brand wearable was on the way, Google confirmed it's happening. And now we wait. The Pixel Watch is slated to arrive this fall alongside the Pixel 7 series. We know that it'll run Wear OS 3, possibly becoming the best smartwatch yet for Google's wearable software. It also borrows fitness tracking from Fitbit and extend some new Android experiences to the wrist. It'll have to contend against the Galaxy Watch 5 and even the Apple Watch 8. Not really, because nobody on Android can use an Apple Watch, but whatever. Plus,
got a point
years
there.
of anticipation from Pixel smartphone users who've waited for an in-house companion smartwatch. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Here's everything we know about the Google Pixel Watch, from expected release date and price to possible features and more. The Google Pixel Watch was announced at Google I/O 2020. Though the presentation didn't reveal much, it did confirm that the smartwatch is coming in the fall alongside the Google Pixel 7 and 7 Pro.
Yeah, not 2020, 2022.
Oh, my bad.
Okay.
Well, they should have announced it in 2020. It's been like 5
That's
years
true.
late. The Google Pixel release. They don't even this article.
They didn't tell us much.
They just said they're gonna tell you the release date, and then they're gonna tell you the fall.
Yeah, they did tell us it would be in the fall along with the Pixel 7.
I mean the article, like he says something about they're gonna tell you the release date, but then they tell you it's coming in the fall.
Because they don't know.
Yeah, they don't know. The Pixel Watch is going to be released in the fall. If we had to pinpoint a month, we'd say October. Google has a history of holding hardware launch events in October. During this event, we'll get an exact Google Pixel Watch release date, which we didn't get.
Right.
So the big announcements from Google, the Pixel 6a, the Pixel Buds Pro, and the Pixel Watch are all in the hardware pipeline, while I/O also featured updates to Android 13 and other Google services. Not too long ago, the Pixel Watch passed through various regulatory hurdles, including the Bluetooth Special Interest Group, which is a must for reaching the market. This suggests the smartwatch is nearly a completed product. The price speculation, how much would a Google Pixel Watch cost? Not as much as an Apple Watch, if we had to guess. Google didn't announce the Pixel Watch price, but we place it in the mid-priced category. The Apple Watch Series 7 and Galaxy Watch 4 start at $399 and $249 respectively. So we'd expect Google to try and undercut these two watches slightly. Similar to how the Google Pixel 6 series is cheaper than both the Galaxy S22 and the iPhone 13.
Yeah, I hope they're right about that, but I wouldn't assume that they're going to go cheap just to undercut them.
Yeah, but I don't see, they shouldn't care what the Apple Watch costs, because you can't use an Apple Watch on Android. I don't know why.
Yeah, but people are seeing this as a competition,
Yeah, but it's not, because you can't use a Pixel Watch on an iPhone and you can't use an Apple Watch. So if you're going to get a watch and you have an iPhone, you're not going to buy a Galaxy Watch. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're right. But this is how all the articles are making it a competition. So
yeah. It won't be the cheapest option on the store shelves, but it could fall in the $200 to $350 price range, depending on size and LTE variants. Again, this is just speculation based on what we know about Google's pricing strategy and for the rest of its hardware division. The Pixel Watch design still looks like renders based on what Google has teased. It has a rounded design with what looks like a digital crown on the right side and perhaps some buttons as well. The color displayed during I/O is silver, though no clue as to other colors and size options. Many smartwatches on the market come in two sizes, so maybe Google will follow suit. As much as the Pixel Watch looks set to be a rather clean and minimalist smartwatch, somewhat in keeping in the design of other Pixel devices. Interchangeable bands, meanwhile, would offer wearers a bit of customization. The internal design remains a mystery for now. Leaker Yogesh Brar claims that the Pixel Watch will have the same sensors as the Galaxy Watch 4, which means it could come with the same bioactive sensor that can measure heart rate, ECG, and body fat percentage.
I hope so.
The Google Pixel Watch with Fitbit features. What's perhaps most exciting about the Google Pixel Watch is that it'll leverage Fitbit fitness tracking. Google Fit has been an underwhelming health app, especially when compared to what's possible with the best Fitbit devices. Fitbit premium features, as well as workout tracking, active zone minutes, and other health tracking tools, will arrive on the Pixel Watch. This will make the Google Pixel Watch versus Samsung Galaxy Watch an interesting face-off to look out for in the fall.
Yeah. And he's right, because the Watch 4, which I'm wearing right now, I just think that's awesome. To me, that's on a par with the Apple Watch.
Yeah. Google Pixel Watch Wear OS. This one is no surprise, but Google will bundle its own Wear OS platform in the Pixel Watch. But what can make the software different, or should we say better? Popular Wear OS features on third-party smartwatches from TicWatch and Fossil include continuous heart rate monitoring via Google Fit, contactless payments with Google Pay, and hands-free Google Assistant access, plus a Google Play smartwatch store. In the past, these features didn't absolve Wear OS's flaws, but the newer, more refined version of Wear OS works great on the Galaxy Watch 4.
Yep.
We should get a better sense of what Wear OS without Samsung's integrated UI looks like when the new Wear OS eligible smartwatches are updated later in 2022.
Yep.
Google
Here we go again with the competition.
Yeah, I guess. The Google Pixel Watch versus the Apple Watch. The Google Pixel Watch could potentially beat the Apple Watch at its own game, but it's going to take a serious commitment from Google and some killer features.
I wouldn't count on that.
Yeah, we know Google's track record. This will include a stellar Wear OS experience that's intuitive and offers a wide array of great apps. Google would also need to leverage Google Assistant and its advantages over Siri right on your wrist, while also offering seamless integration in other Google services like Gmail, Google Photos, and Google Calendar. When it comes to health tracking, the Pixel Watch will need to build on its Fitbit acquisition and create a fitness wearable that beats the Apple Watch on sensors and workout tracking. The Fitbit Daily Readiness Score and Active Zone Minutes are two particularly great features. Last but not least, the Pixel Watch will need competitive pricing and longer battery life than the Apple Watch to truly win.
So it says a fitness wearable that beats the Apple Watch on sensors and workout tracking. So it sounds to me like they're saying Fitbit beats them on that stuff. You agree?
What does he say? Let me see her part.
I mean, the implication is that
they're saying that. Well, it says they need to make the watch needs to be able to have more sensors and better workout tracking, right?
Right, but they're basing that on what it seems like they're basing that on the Fitbit, which I've never had.
They're saying Fitbit has to have better. They're saying Google's watch has to have better sensors, and their workout tracking, whatever, is going to have to be better than what Apple offers.
Exactly.
I don't really think that even. I don't know. Fitbit is great though. I think the thing that makes the Apple Watch people buy it is because you can't really use another watch with the iPhone. So
that's not the only reason. Until the two Samsung watches came out, the 3 and the 4. For me, the Apple Watch was way better than everything else. And I have had a Fitbit in the past, going back 3 or 4 years. But when the 2 Samsung watches came out, the 3 and the 4. Those to me were as good as the Apple Watch. That's why I could go back and forth every day.
But what I'm saying is, so if you're on iPhone, you're not going to buy a Galaxy Watch. You're not going to buy a Pixel Watch.
Well,
if I'm on Android, I'm going to go buy whatever. There's 50 million watches you can buy. So no matter what Google comes with, Samsung's watch is still going to sell better.
Well, and that's the thing. To me, I think Google's going to have to work with Samsung like they've done with the Samsung watches to get a good watch, because the Samsung watches are way better than everything else Android offers.
But that's the thing. Samsung's watch is going to be ahead of Google's. From what they were saying before, like months ago, the watch on the battery life even on this watch wasn't good. That was like a while ago. They were saying, like when they first
watch
for the Pixel Watch, when they first started teasing the pictures, people were saying that the battery life wasn't
well, nobody knows for sure though, one way or the other.
We'll find out. we'll find out.
I'll definitely be getting one. I plan on getting the 7 and the watch.
So. I'll read about it. You'll tell me firsthand.
I will tell you about it. That's for sure. So,
I'm telling you, this looks like it's going to be, I don't know, unless they put some magic glass on that thing. That looks like that's going to be a problem.
Now, Gary said, someone told me that you can't use Samsung Watch on a Pixel. No, that's not true, Gary. I use my Samsung Watch on my Pixel. No problem.
Yeah, you can. You just have to download all that Samsung mess. That's what I don't like about Samsung watches. You got to download like 50,000 apps to make it work. You got to get a plugin.
No.
Yes,
You only have
do.
to download like 2 apps and you're good to
You
go.
got to download Where. You got to download the plugin to work with.
That's all I had to download. Where and the plugin. That's it.
And it was like, well, maybe they changed it because the last time I had an Active 2 or whatever it was, you had to download.
Oh yeah, maybe back then. Yeah.
You had to download Where, the plugin thing, a plugin for something else, an accessory, something.
No, the way it was with the 3 and the 4, because I gave Elmer
you
a
have
3
it
and I have
paired
the
with?
4.
I had the 3. You had to download a whole bunch of stuff for the 3.
Right.
What do you have it paired with?
Right now, I have it paired with my Moto Edge Plus, and it works just fine.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they cut back. It was too much stuff to install.
Yeah.
And all.
Yeah.
But it worked. It worked. You just had to download a whole bunch of stuff with it.
Yeah, there's only 2. As far as I know, there's only the 2 things you have to download, and you're good to go. So it should be okay.
But yeah, I just think it's the ecosystem is what's going to make the watch sell, and Google is not going to. Google's going to be.
Well,
Google.
Gary is saying Pixel watches for Pixel people. That may or may not be true. We're going to find out. That's for sure. Because I'm going to be trying to use it on everything I buy, on every phone. Yes, I'll start out using it on the Pixel 7, but whatever I buy 2-3 months later, I'll be trying to put that on that phone. So
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm very excited about the watch. So moving on.
$399. It probably will. It's probably gonna be $350, something like that. It ain't gonna be.
I would have no problem paying that as long as it's the quality that's worth that. That's fine with me.
So
I don't necessarily agree they're going to try to undercut automatically. Maybe they will.
You've used the new Wear OS. So what did you think of it? Like when I I didn't use the new one. I used the latest one on that Fossil watch. It was still Wear OS to me. I don't know.
Yeah, I've used them on the Galaxy Watch 3, which Elno uses every day, and now I use it on the Galaxy Watch 4. To me, it's just as good as my Apple Watch. And keep in mind, I alternate the 2 every other day. So if I had to pick the one that I like most between my Apple Watch and my Watch 4, I would take the Watch 4. For me, it just barely edges out the Apple Watch. And I can't really give you a reason why. I just kind of like it better.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going on to the next story. Share screen again. And this is the one now. We got to wait till next year for this one. So Google's premium Pixel tablet, they surprised everybody with this, is on the way for 2023. Tablets are an iPad-dominated field, that's for sure. And Google plans to re-enter the game. Oh, and there is something here I disagree with, but I'll let you know about it when I get there. This is by Scott Stein, and this was from yesterday. So let me go into reader mode, reader view. Okay. Just when you thought Google was out of the tablet game, the company is back in. At its latest I/O developer conference, Google teased a new Pixel tablet arriving in 2023, featuring Google's own Tensor chip. Yeah, and that's the big selling point. Google's history with tablets has been very touch and go. Yeah, I'd say that's an optimistic thing to say. Google's last tablet, the Pixel Slate in 2018, tried to be a Chrome tablet and Chromebook in one. Google moved away from tablets after that until now. According to Google hardware products head Rick Osterloh, the Pixel tablet looks to instead bring a lot of features of Google's Pixel phones to a larger tablet form, which suggests an Android environment. Sure, that's what Android L is all about. The return to tablets is part of a response to consumer interest, according to Osterloh. The Pixel tablet is part of a renewed push by Google towards Android tablets. The company also announced that some Android OS updates for tablets will start optimizing experiences for larger screens. The focus on tablets could also be about finding ways to maximize Android on larger folding screen phones and devices, I'm sure, which are blurring the lines between tablet and phone already. Very little is known about the upcoming Pixel tablet, and we don't expect it'll be foldable. Yeah, I don't think so. But here's what we do know. It has a Google Tensor chip. Google sees its own chip as the big draw of its next tablet, offering some of the same AI features as the Pixel 6. Google's second generation Tensor chip will be in its Pixel 7 phones this fall, suggesting that will be what the next Pixel tablet uses in 2023. It'll be a phone companion. Ostalo referred to the tablet as a companion for the phone, suggesting a lot of handing off features and dovetailing of apps. Yeah, hopefully they'll make them work. Google focuses on cross-device ambient computing. Google's focus on cross-device ambient computing aims to have headphones, voice assistants, and other apps naturally flow from one device to another. And the Pixel tablet may emphasize that. Yeah, they're going to try to do it as well as Google, as well as Apple, I hope. Maybe that also suggests this tablet won't have its own cellular connection. It will be large and not cheap. Ostalo confirmed during a Q&A with reporters ahead of Google I/O that the Pixel tablet will be on the larger side and more premium. Samsung's recent Galaxy Tab S8 tablets have also been on the expensive side and work with connected keyboards. Perhaps Google will take a similar approach with the Pixel tablet. So there's a picture. It has a camera on the landscape edge of the tablet. Only one brief teaser image was shown of the Pixel tablet, and one thing stood out to me, a camera on the longer edge of the front-facing display. Apple's iPads have cameras on the shorter edges, making for oddly off-center video chats. Yeah, a lot of people complain about that. Google's placement, like Samsung's, looks to be optimized for video chat in landscape mode and when connected with a keyboard like a laptop. Yes, we see those dots on the back. That looks like a smart connector for keyboards and things. Yeah, I would hope so. We don't know about the tablet's price or anything else yet, but we'll undoubtedly know more before the tablet's release in 2023. So, yeah, I'm very iffy about the tablet because at that point I will have spent money on
it looks like that screen that Google made. The hub.
It doesn't. A lot of people are already saying it looks kind of bland.
It just looks like they made it like a long time ago and forgot to put it out.
It kind of does look old. Yeah, I'll give you that. Yeah, and I'm fascinated by my Surface Pro 8. So if they made it as good as that, I'd be surprised.
Yeah, they better price it right, or that thing is not going to sell.
No, I agree.
Not with Samsung's tablet. Like Google just, what was it? 2 years ago they had the Slate and all that. They had all that stuff. Why are they?
Yeah. And their problem has been with overpricing the stuff.
It's like, why are they trying this again? I just don't understand. Just let this part die. Do the phone, do the watch. Let the tablet
Gary's agreeing with you that those bezels look so 2018 to me. They kind of do. That's true. And Big House is agreeing with what you're saying. Yeah, but I think the big problem with their tablets, and the last two at least, have been they were way overpriced, in my opinion.
You know what? I think the problem is though that so many people, even if you don't use iOS, so many people just already have an iPad, and it's good for so long. It's not like the tablet market is big anymore. Like people don't buy tablets every year. You know what I mean? Your iPad or whatever. I think they just discontinued, like stop supporting the iPad 3 or something like that. Like, why would you?
That's true. That's true. But keep in mind, remember, I ran the story 2 or 3 weeks ago, where one analyst thought that tablets were going to be the future. He may or may not be right. I guess we'll see.
I think Google should have came back with a Chromebook instead of a tablet.
Yeah, but they already dominate Chromebooks.
No, but I mean, like remember they had the Pixel, whatever, like that type of
Pixel book.
Yeah, I think they would have did better with that. That's what I would have been more looking forward to that than the tablet.
But a lot of people seem to think tablets are the future, and if they're right, Google wants to get in on that.
Yeah, but they're so late. The problem is, well, Big House never owned an iPad.
Yeah, I see his. And Ted says
And
white bezels. Okay.
Gary said the problem is Chrome OS.
Okay, yeah. Unless they make it integrate better, So we'll have to wait and see. I would think what I would consider the failures that Google's had with tablets in the past, at least in my view, they've been failures as far as selling. They're going to be thinking long and hard about what they're putting in this one, I would think, wouldn't you?
Google's going to think long and hard? No, they're just going to put it out.
You're never going to trust them.
Google's just putting it out, man. They don't care. This is the dumb thing they do. Like, why would you show that? And it's not coming out until 2023.
That's true.
Like,
that shocked everybody.
Show it. Now I don't know. People
because
are
they're already trying to build up some hype for it, obviously.
If you want a tablet, who's going to be like, let me wait for Google? Come on now. They're going to put the Galaxy, whatever just came out, is going to be on sale on, what's that day coming? Black Friday and Christmas.
Yeah,
and nobody's waiting for that. Then the carriers are going to be giving iPads away for, join, and nobody's waiting for that.
Yeah. Now you said about Chrome, Brian said you can't software they're fully on Chrome OS. That's probably true.
You can't develop. Yeah, you can't develop fully. Yeah.
Android 12L shows they're working on it. I agree, and it's a lot to do with foldables, in my opinion. Renz, thank you as always, sir, very, very much. Obviously, you're at work and you're busy already.
I think they had it in the back. This probably was supposed to come out like when the Google Pixel 5 came out.
You think so?
Like we got to get rid of it because we're working on the foldable tablet.
No, because I don't think the fact that they wanted to talk about it now for next year tells me they're planning to jump in with both feet because they think that's where the market's going.
George, listen. So they're going to give Apple and Samsung a whole nother year to come out with a whole nother
That's true.
And then they're going to bring out this thing with these huge bezels.
But where I guess I disagree with you, where I disagree with you a little bit, they're going to be trying to go up against Apple, but Samsung has been working with them so closely. I would think Samsung's going to be helping them a lot in this.
Yeah, but they're going to help them. But obviously, Samsung didn't say make your tablet look like it's from 2016.
No,
so
that's true.
They
come
out with this tablet, right? Yeah. It's going to be so far behind in terms of aesthetic or looks or whatever you want to call it. And Samsung is going to release something else. Apple's going to have something else, and they're just going to be coming with this thing.
And the sad thing, everybody's already saying that it looks like it's from the past.
So how much worse is it going to look in 2023 when more, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Big House, thank you very much, sir. As always, very appreciative.
It wasn't a good rollout. You should have just stayed quiet.
Now, Gary says if it runs Chrome OS and Linux like the Pixelbook Go, then okay. Okay, maybe I don't know. I haven't had a Pixelbook Go.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think they should have just not said nothing and just.
Well, and that's my point. The fact that they said something now and shocked us all tells me they're going to get real serious about this, in my opinion. But you're right about it looking old.
It looks old, and then for it to come out a year later, it's not coming out in January.
Well, they said 2023. That does. Well,
it's going to come out. It's going to come out at Google I/O next year.
I'm thinking before. Wow. I'm thinking more January, February. I could be wrong, of course.
That's just terrible. And then I don't know. I don't know. Sometimes
they obviously want to build up the hype. So.
Sometimes I don't understand Google. Like, let's show off the Google Pixel 7. So all the people who just bought the Pixel 6 and 6 Pro are like, why? You didn't give me my updates on time. Samsung beats y'all on updates.
Samsung is beating everybody on updates.
Y'all show me that my phone is about to be outdated.
But they've been putting out their updates okay. They just screwed up a couple of them.
I'm talking about hardware wise. Like you don't. I don't know. To me, that's just not how you're supposed to do it. Because now,
but keep in mind, the Pixel 6 came out in October. If this comes out in October, that's a year.
But don't. So now you're like, if I was thinking about buying a Pixel 6, I'm not buying one now.
No, I'd wait for the 7. I agree.
They should have just been quiet because a lot of people don't watch these events. You know what I mean? I don't know.
True.
It's just
Gary says looks can change in a year. You know,
they're not changing the way that thing looks.
But they're not. Yeah, they could change the looks of the tablet. Obviously, they're not changing the 7.
They're not changing that thing. That thing is coming
and
out.
Gary said he got his updates on time, and so did I, and so did Eleanor. They messed up a couple of the updates.
January update, I had a Pixel. December, January, it was not coming. That thing was late. Samsung was like 2 weeks ahead. And
no. Keep in mind, they put a couple of them out on time, but they screwed them up and they had to redo it. Remember?
Google was putting out press releases after people got on their nerves. Like, it's a little delayed. And then this phone is getting it, but your new phone ain't getting it. Like, what?
You see Big House's comment, right?
Yeah. it's just that they I don't know.
And Days One does have a point. Only the techies were concerned about the monthly updates being on time. And I believe that's always true. Nobody else cares.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah. Only the techies
Gary says Pixel 6 did what it was supposed to do, except for the fingerprint sensor. Oh, and the good article I read today is, I forget who put it out, but the Pixel 6a in-screen fingerprint sensor will not be the same one that's on the Pixel 6 and 6 Pro, which is a good thing. Now, even in the article, they said that may or may not mean it's better, but it's still a good thing that they're not going with that sensor. And I agree.
They said that the Samsung updates were on time for the unlocked phones and the carrier ones were 3 weeks late. But for Samsung, getting it 3 weeks late is amazing on a carrier because they're usually like 6 months behind.
Yeah, but Samsung has become the best one of all of them now.
Yeah.
There's ones that Samsung updates for on time only the unlocked versions. A lot of the carrier. Okay, and I have nothing but unlocked. So I'm getting mine to this day really fast.
So did they announce any like updates to RCS or any nothing?
Not that I know of. No, not that I know of. Now let's go on with the stories because there are 3 left that I stuck at the bottom here.
Oh my God! I'm trying to make it with you, George. I don't know. I gotta sleep. Which one we on?
The one with security.
Security. Oh, I see it. Yeah,
okay.
I see it. All right.
We won't keep you up too much longer.
Yeah, you're killing me. Let me see. I'm trying to find it. Ooh, I went to the wrong. All right. You ready?
It's on CNET.
Yeah, I see it. Google on Wednesday used its annual developers conference to demonstrate its commitment to protect people from cyber threats, as well as provide more options for users to anonymize themselves in its world-leading search product. Among the most important projects in the search giant's promise to bring password-less technology to people, Google plans to auto-enroll users in 2-factor authentication, the technique that should help reduce the risk posed by phishing, the company said at its I/O conference. The addition of 2-factor authentication follows news last week that the FIDO Alliance, which includes Microsoft and Apple as well as Google, was working to phase out passwords on websites and apps.
Yeah,
Google
I did that
also
story
said
2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I think with you and Mike, right? Virtual credit cards for the Chrome browser and the Android mobile operating system later this year. The technology works by substituting a virtual credit card number for the actual number, which is stored on the browser or on a device. The virtual card is recognized by retailers, allowing them to process transactions without seeing the real number. The process means that if a retailer is hacked, cyber thieves will get a bogus virtual number that won't be of much use. Virtual cards will launch in the U.S. first and then come to Chrome for iOS later.
Yeah, I think that's very good. Now, of course, they and Apple are both working on this, very hard, it seems like.
Yeah. Google used the developers conference, which was held near its headquarters in Mountain View, California, to unveil significant changes to its marquee product. The changes are designed to address longstanding concerns that the tech giant collects too much information about people who use its search service. In order to deliver personalized advertising, the core of its revenue. Called protected computing, the new tools will help users anonymize themselves online and have better control in minimizing their data footprint.
Yep.
Protected computing changes how, when, and where data is processed. It'll shrink the amount of personally identifiable data that's collected and use randomization methods to obscure links between a user's identity and data. Protected computing will also use end-to-end encryption to prevent anyone, including Google, from seeing sensitive data. Keeping sensitive data hidden requires that people have better control over how they may appear in search. Last month, Google said it had released new tools to remove personally identifiable information from search to make it easier for people to remove details such as phone numbers, home addresses, and email addresses. This feature will be available in the next few months in the Google app. Google is also giving people more control over the ads they see. With the My Ads Center, users will be able to customize the types of ads they see on YouTube, search, and their Discover feeds. Google hopes
let's stop there because the next story addresses My Ad Center and it has more depth to it. All right.
All right.
So at least they're working on more security. So let me kill this story. Bring up the next one. And this one was on Android Authority. Google's My Ad Center lets you customize your ad experience. It will give users more privacy as well as better ad customization. So let's go to review. Okay. At today's Google I/O 2022 Developers Conference, the company announced new ways for users to customize the search experience. One of these changes is an upcoming feature called My Ad Center, arriving late in 2022. So again, it's down the road a little bit. The new feature will give users a better way to see the kinds of ads they want to see while using Google Search, YouTube, and other platforms. When you enter the new My Ad Center feature, you can tell Google which ads you like to see most, such as movie, fitness, or food ads. You can also customize the ad experience down to seeing more specific brands in your ads. Of course, Google already has features where you can say, I don't want to see this type of ad. But in our experience, it doesn't always work as intended. I agree. Hopefully, My Ad Center will do a better job of this. And another reveal, Google is giving users better ways to hide more specific personal information on search. That's good. The new options are available now and allow users to request the removal, so you have to request it, of items such as phone numbers, email addresses, and even your home address from many search results that are tied to your name. Google will not remove these kinds of details from a search request if they come from a government or other official sources. Also good. Google also recently added a feature that allows anyone under the age of 18 to request the removal of any images of themselves in Google search. Well, that's good. So I think they're going in the right direction, don't you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they should do something.
Yeah, I agree.
Look at all that.
Let me see what's Samsung. What days one say? Okay, yeah. Unlocked is best. Yeah, I agree. That's why I buy. That's why the Pixel got theirs late. Nobody on the carriers really noticed. Yeah, I got a security key last week. I haven't even set it up yet.
You bought one?
Yeah. Ted convinced me, but I haven't had time to mess with it. Okay. You want to do the one with the AR glasses?
Yeah, let me get to it.
It's the very last one. Okay. Let me
Google shows off.
Okay. Wait. You're getting ahead of me. Remember, I'm older than you. Okay. This is on The Verge. All right, go ahead.
Google shows off AR glasses that might make a case for augmented reality. Yeah, I didn't see this, but I heard about it.
The Translate looked pretty awesome.
Yeah. Google wrapped up its I/O presentation with one big surprise: a look at its latest AR glasses. The key feature Google showed off was the ability to see languages translated right in front of your eyes, which seems to me like a very practical application for AR glasses. While a big part of Silicon Valley is heavily invested in making AR glasses a reality thus far, no one has suggested a truly killer app for AR that would let you overlook the wide variety of privacy concerns inherent with tech. Live translating the spoken word would be a killer feature.
It
The
is.
company didn't share any details about when they might be available, and only demonstrated these will come out in 2 years. And
It wouldn't surprise me.
only demonstrated them in a recorded video that didn't actually show the display or how you would interact with them. But what was shown in the video painted a very cool picture of a potential AR future. In one demo, the Google product manager tells someone wearing the glasses, "You should be seeing what I'm saying, just transcribed just transcribed for you in real time, kind of like subtitles for the world." Later in the video,
and that was very cool because obviously she was seeing the translation in her glasses while he was talking.
yeah. Later, the video shows what you might see if you're wearing the glasses with the speaker in front of you. The translated language appears in real time in your line of sight.
Yep.
Until these become a real product we can try, we won't know how well this might work in practice, and it's unclear if this is Google's Project Iris that we reported on in January or something else entirely. But Google's vision shown at I/O, if it pans out, would be incredibly useful. You can watch the video for yourself here. Google CEO Sundar Pichai shared some context about how the company views AR ahead of introducing the video during Wednesday's I/O keynote. Based on what he said, it seems the company believes that AR can exist in many places that aren't a smartphone.
Okay.
Looking ahead, there's a new frontier of computing which has the potential to extend all of this even further, and that is augmented reality. At Google, we've been heavily invested in this area. We've been building augmented reality into many Google products, from Google Lens to multi-search, scene exploration, and live and immersive views and maps. These AR capabilities are already useful on phones, and the magic will really come alive when you can use them in the real world without the technology getting in the way. That potential is what gets us most excited about AR, the ability to spend time focusing on what matters in the real world, in our real lives, because the real world is pretty amazing.
Yeah, so cool idea. The glasses, I could see myself getting them if they ever come out. But at the same time, it does open you up to more security and privacy issues, right?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, so I'm surprised that they even are still working or consider how badly things went with Google Glass before. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to show, because I know you need to get some sleep, I'm going to show glowing rectangles as we do every week, and then we'll get out of here. You've already made it go more than double what I did last week, so that's a very good thing.
Oh, yeah, you were going quick.
But even Jaime Rivera had said for 2 weeks there was just nothing going on, and he was kind of right about that. Yeah. So, all right, folks, in case anybody doesn't know it, we have here glowing rectangles, which is found on, let me get this stuff, my brand stuff out of the way. Okay. Reddit.com/r glowing rectangles. It says a place to talk about all the Beck test toys. Basically, some gadget guy, Juan Bagnell, created this for anybody who wants more exposure for themselves, either with a video or a blog, or for somebody else. Anybody can post here, and every day it gets voted up or down. And I've never seen anybody vote down. But let's see. If you click on top here, it shows you what got the most number of upvotes for today. Today was the Animagic Pro video here. And this is by TK Bay. Obviously, I recognized the image right away. But anybody can post here. You can post anybody else's here. If you want to get a little exposure, this is a pretty good place to get it. First one is what got voted the most. Second one is always the ad. And then the next highest votes for today was this video about Wafers Sapphire Rapids Meteor Lake. So anyway, just always want to let you folks know every week that glowing rectangles is available for you or anybody else you want to get some more exposure. So just wanted to make you aware of that, as we always do every week. So So that'll be it for today, folks. Many, many thanks to Will for coming in. You said you start at 7 in the morning,
Yep, 7 in the
and then
morning.
you'll be going straight for how many hours? What is that? 16 hours?
Yeah.
Okay.
16.
All right. All right. Well, thanks very much for coming in. We'll be seeing each other in person in not too much longer.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, folks. Thanks to everybody who came in. Sorry about the audio problems I had at the beginning, but Will made it all better, so that's good.
Yeah.
All right, folks. I'll see you next week. Hopefully, Will be back and be able to be with us.
Yeah, we'll
So,
see.
congratulations again on the new
right,
job.
thanks.
And
Thanks,
let me go. Wait, I'm missing a comment. There's this. Brian says super chat was in your honor, Will. So, that's Brian's second super chat. Thank you, Brian. All right, see you all next week, folks.